What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about 90% junk constitutional silver and the years on each coin pre-1965. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers and we're getting pretty close. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today I want to talk about pre-1965 silver coins. 90% silver, junk silver, constitutional silver, whatever you want to call it. So sitting here in front of me, I have a little bit of everything. Not everything, but I have quite a bit of different styles and designs and coins. At the very top, we have the Standing Liberty quarters, which I'm going to talk more about later. Right below it, we have some Kennedy halves. We have a Franklin half over here. This was actually given to me as a gift, sent to my P.O. box from a supporter. I said it in the past and I'll say it again. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. We have some Walking Liberty half dollars. We have some Mercury Dimes here at the bottom, some Roosevelt Dimes over here at the bottom on the right side, and then a bunch of Washington quarters, and I have plenty more where that came from. So I want to talk about 90% silver today because I received a question from a viewer a couple of days ago. I don't remember if it was in the comment section of one of my videos or if it was asked during the live video premiere in the live chat. But the question was something along the lines of, does it matter what the years are? And does it matter if you can actually read the date on the coin? Because as we're all well aware, some 90% silver coins are so worn down, so faded away almost, you can't even read the date. I'll try to use one as an example. This right here, you can see that it's 1942, but the 2 is about half gone. You could still read it. I don't have a lot of silver coins that are that worn down, but even if you look over to the left, "In God We Trust," the part that says "In God We" is pretty worn down. "Trust" is pretty visible, but just an example. And if I were to flip it over all around the perimeter, it's pretty worn down. You can read it, but you can see what I'm trying to get at. A little bit faded away, worn down. I mean, some of these coins are decades and decades and decades old, and a lot of them were in circulation for years and years and years before they were put away. So, for those of you who do not know, I know this is pretty basic, but in case we have any relatively new people to the stacking world, in case you did not know, each and every one of these coins right here is made up of 90% silver, silver dimes. If you were to add them all up, it would take about 14 of them to equate to about 1 troy ounce of silver. It would take about 6 silver quarters to equate to approximately 1 troy ounce of silver, and it would take about 3 silver half dollars to equate to about 1 troy ounce of silver. So I consider them to be 1/3 of an ounce coins, 1/6 of an ounce coins, and 1/14 of an ounce coins. Now, if you look at the dates on them, anything minted pre-1965 is made up of 90% silver. After that, silver started to be removed from the coins. And of course, from 1965 to 1970, see here we have a 1967, this right here is 40% silver. From 65 to 70, 40% silver rather than 90%. And then after 70, no silver. Just miscellaneous metals Still the same coins, but made up of different metals. Less valuable metals. So, does it really matter if you can see the coin's date on them? In my opinion, not really. Obviously, if you're going with a Washington quarter or a Roosevelt dime, you may or may not have a little bit tougher of a time. But if you go with something like a Standing Liberty quarter or a Mercury dime, irrelevant. Does not matter if you can see the date. Does not matter if you can read the date. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Couldn't care less. You want to know why? Because, for example, let's talk about Mercury dimes again. These, right here, arguably my favorite silver coin, 90% silver coin that is. These right here were minted from 1916 to 1945. They stopped minting these in 45. What is 45? It's definitely pre-65. So, all Mercury dimes are 90% silver. Now for the Standing Liberty quarters, now before I talk about the dates on these are a good example because you absolutely cannot read the dates on these. You can't even read the word Liberty on top, practically. And then if you were to flip it over, very, very, very worn down. You could barely read $quarter on the bottom. You could barely see the stars underneath the bird. You could barely see the bird. Now, before I talk about the dates on these, which you can't even see anyway, this coin right here, I didn't even know that it existed. I was about a year and a half, maybe 2 years deep in the whole stacking journey. I was doing what I do. I scroll around on different websites. I scroll around sometimes on eBay. eBay, in my opinion, is a good place to get 90% junk constitutional silver. That's just from my perspective. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Nothing on this channel is. It's all for entertainment purposes only. But when it comes to eBay, a lot of people are a little bit iffy. A lot of people are a little bit sketched out. There have been some horror stories. Back in the day on eBay, somebody orders something and they get a counterfeit or they get something fake from China or something like that. I say don't buy anything on eBay regardless of what it is if it says that it's from China. But that's just me. That's just the way I do things. But the way I see it, I think eBay is an excellent place to get silver coins because coins, unlike rounds, unlike bars, cannot be counterfeited. I mean, they can be, but it's a huge crime to do that. You could technically fake a bar or a round, but if you were to fake a coin, that's fake money. That's fake currency. That's a big deal. Not a lot of people are willing to risk it for the very small reward. Anyway, I was scrolling around on eBay one day and I was just looking for 90% silver coins and this popped up. I found a seller who had probably a 4.5 to 5 out of 5 star rating and hundreds of successful transactions, and I knew that they were a reputable seller, and they were offering these Standing Liberty quarters. I said to myself, what in the world is that? I had never heard of it before. I had never seen the image before. I didn't even know that it was a coin, let alone a US coin, one of the coins of my country. I had no idea. Did a little bit of research, watched a couple videos, read a couple articles, and I found out that this right here was a 90% silver quarter that was minted from 1916 to 1930. So similar to the Mercury dime down here. Regardless of what the Standing Liberty quarters years are, whether it's a 1929, 26, 19, whatever it is, that's pre-65. No matter what year it is, it's pre-65. They stopped minting these years before 1965 even arrived. So, in my opinion and from my perspective, when it comes to 90% silver coins, if you're going to get some 64 Washington quarters, odds are they're not in that terrible shape. They're not really beaten down or in that rugged of condition. Even if they are, I mean, this one's in pretty excellent condition if you ask me, but let's take one that's a little bit more worn down if I have any. I'm sure I do. Yeah, this one for example. See? 45. Even if it's worn down a little bit, odds are it's not going to be as worn down as something from the 1916 through 30 year range. So you stand a better chance with these, at least when it comes to being able to read the dates, read the years on them. And if you were to get something that stopped being minted before 1965 even came about anyway, you already know. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to even think about. You know, and anyone who knows what the coin is or can take 5 minutes out of their day to do a quick little research on their own will be able to tell you that it is, in fact, a 90% silver coin. So it's just something to think about, something to talk about. I thought it was an interesting topic for today's video. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. It's all for entertainment purposes only, but it's also to initiate a conversation. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Do you stack any 90% silver coins? Do you prefer one over the other? Do you prefer Mercury Dimes over Roosevelt Dimes? Do you prefer Washington quarters over Standing Liberty quarters? Do you prefer Franklin halves over Walking Liberty halves? Or maybe some of these, some of those, some of these over here? What's your favorite 90% silver coin? For the longest time, my favorite 90% silver coin was this right here. The Walking Liberty $50. Reason for that is because, from my personal experience, these are just very uncommon. $50 in general are uncommon because the way I get 90% silver, typically I order $1 face value for every order that I place online, because typically I go with pure silver. I like that 3/9 fine, that 4/9 fine silver. But I understand the importance of diversification, and this right here is an excellent way of quote-unquote breaking an ounce or making change for an ounce, because like I said, this is about 1/3 of an ounce. If I'm charging someone 2/3 of an ounce of silver, and they hand me one of these, I can give them back one of these. Simple math. But slowly but surely, I got so used to looking at this design, and coincidentally, it's the exact same design as my favorite pure silver coin, which is probably why I was drawn to it in the first place. If you flip it over, different design, but still an eagle either way. So then, I started to really become drawn to Mercury Dimes, as I've talked quite a bit about in today's video already. Talk about it one more time. What I like to refer to as the 1/14 of an ounce US silver coin. I like it because it's just a very small denomination of silver. Like I said, in order to equate to a full troy ounce, you would need 14 of these. This one right here, I would need 13 more to get to an ounce of silver, which I think is actually pretty cool. If you need half an ounce of silver, grab 7 silver dimes. See, it doesn't really take all that much thinking. All it really takes is basic first grade math. If you can count up to 14, you can figure out 90% junk constitutional silver coins, regardless of its if it's the half dollar, regardless if it's the quarter or if it's the dime. Doesn't matter. If you can count to 14, you can work with this stuff right here. Once again, what are your thoughts in the comments section down below? Do you stack that 90% silver? If you do you prefer it over pure silver? Or do you stack it simply the way that I stack it, just for diversification purposes? And regardless of why you stack it or how much of it you stack, what's your favorite 90% silver coin? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting pretty close, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, such as the 3 new designs, 3 9s, 4 9s, and 90% t-shirts and hoodies available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the DYDSS military tee, available in 4 different colors, and it's actually helping us raise funds and awareness for Military with PTSD Inc., a nonprofit actively working to help improve the lives of our veterans. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And once again, please head on down to the comments and let me know, do you stack that 90% silver? Do you prefer it over pure silver, or do you prefer 3 9s and 4 9s fine silver? Regardless of your preference, regardless of why you stack 90% or how much of it you stack, what's your favorite 90% silver coin? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.